Hey everyone, D-Dub Squizzy here. Welcome to Neverwinter Nights, the Aielund Saga. Alright, so this is no official module, just like the Swordflight games that I played. Aielund is a fan-made module, but one I have never played. As I understand it, it's one of the, it's either the top, or at least it's in the top 3 most well-known, most played, most highly reviewed modules for the entire game. I think it's split into 4 acts, with the last act comprising 3 different modules, so it's like 6 modules total or something like that, and it takes you like all the way up to 40. Now, I don't know a whole lot about it. I looked up to see what sort of characters could be played in it, because I didn't want to play something wrong. It said to make a character who's heroic, that's kind of how it's based around, so that's what I'll be doing. I believe I saw that basically all builds can be used in it, although I also saw that magic late game is not very viable, because everything just has obscene amounts of magic resistance, so at least you don't want to do that alone. But I'm planning to play a monk build. Regardless, I'm intending to play through all of these over some time. It's probably going to take a while. I don't know how long these things are. I've not watched any gameplay of them. I only turned this one on one time and started in the starting area just to see if it actually worked. So yeah, we'll see what these are about. In the kingdom of Aielund, I think that's how that's pronounced, trouble is brewing. While the king leads an army against enemies in the far west, the poorly protected realm is under attack from brigands, goblinoids, and barbarians from the east, and rumors of a conspiracy are growing as the remaining military forces do little to stem the tide. Into this vacuum of power steps a small band of daring individuals who must try to keep the region intact while tracking down the conspirators who seek to divide up the land for themselves. Alright, so it's England during the Fourth Crusade, when King Richard was off at war and Prince John took over. Alright. So, yeah, again, I don't know much of anything about this. I have heard it's not nearly as difficult as something like Swordflight. What in the world is a Wemmick? What? Fierce hunters that roam the plains, Wemmicks are masters of ambushes and strategy. Body of a lion with a humanoid torso. What? Mixture of humanoid and lioning features. Wemmicks typically live in hunting groups called prides. Plus 7 strength. Favorite class is a barbarian. Multi-class. Wemmicks barbarian class. Right. Gain automatic alertness. Various skill affinities. A lot of skill affinities, my word. They seem ridiculous. Brownies are distant relatives of halflings, perhaps half halfling, half pixie. They're smaller and far less common, basically friendly to humans. Huimans, and their ilk, but because they're shy, they're seldom seen and favor quiet pastoral areas in which to dwell. Plus 7 dexterity. Do these things have some sort of, major drawbacks? Also, it gets alertness and a bunch of similar skill affinities. And plus 2 con for some reason. What is there? I see no disadvantage to even playing that. It's ridiculous. I mean, I don't know. I don't really want to play either of them. Not that much, at least. I figured we go with pretty typical human. Just gotta run it through. That's funky, though. I've never seen anything like that. Are these new? Those? Well, that looks like something out of Delgo. Some of these look new. That definitely doesn't look familiar. Well, these could just be the BioWare ones that I'd never seen before. Although some of them look a little weird. Like that. That is uncanny. Okay, these are not in the base game. What is that? What am I looking at here? That's just straight up... I'm sorry, I'm trying not to be, mean or anything. It's pretty funny, though. What? What? Okay, let's go up to the normal pictures. I'm trying not to be so disruptive. What the? Let's just find a picture. Let's just find a portrait and move on. I'm not here to make fun of things. But boy, is it hard to hold back sometimes. Let's see here, let's see. Some of the BioWare ones do look weird, I know that. Yeah, I mean, that one looks pretty normal, although I'm pretty sure it's a BioWare one, but what's with that face? Is the guy constipated? Anyway, yeah, that works. We'll go with that. That's a pretty typical one, but it works. We're going lawful good. Let's see. This is tricky. We put down our intelligence by 1. I don't want to drop below +2 in either of those, so I think we just stay there and then pump dexterity as time goes on. Maybe. It's difficult to know. Yeah, I think we just stick with that. Whoa, you get a lot of skill points. I don't remember getting... Wait a minute. Okay, if I get that many skill points, I definitely don't need that. Yeah, 16. Holy cow. Persuade. Is that normal? I don't think that's normal. I'll take heal. Discipline, maybe? Lore's always handy, but usually it just saves some money. Discipline, that can come in handy in actual combat. Okay, I can't take weapon focus, unfortunately. Let's see, we take power attack. I get cleave automatically, but no, I don't need power attack. That's just a prerequisite for cleave. Yeah, no, I don't need that. I also saw that Devastating Critical is removed from this game entirely. That's probably a good call. And I know it's not the most optimal build, but I do not intend to play a double Kama Monk. I like using fists more than anything else. I do like stabs, but unfortunately they're a two-handed weapon. Power attack is good for breaking into stuff, but I might just take toughness. Well... Okay, you know what? It's good to keep your options open. We'll do this. We'll take those two. I'd like weapon finesse, but unfortunately they don't give me that option. Yeah, I forgot about those. I think those are from Wyvern Crown of Cormyr. They put in a lot of weird just helmet heads. No, some of these are new. These are not all in the base... Yeah, no, a lot of these are new. What? What am I looking at there? That looks like something out of Dark Souls. Huh. Okay, now it looks like we're back to the mostly default heads. Yeah, that works. I don't intend to change much of these. We can just go black hair. And I don't really have tattoos, nor do I care. Lion's Bane. That's actually not a bad name, actually. I think that's kind of cool, actually. Parney, it sort of sucks, though. Let's go with that.
Attack! You strike it. Let the earth take you.
That works. I actually don't know if this is in the Forgotten Realms. What name? You know what? Actually, I'm gonna run a quick Google search on my own here, and I'm gonna see if this is in the Forgotten Realms, because in Swordflight, at least, the deity that you put in matters a bit, but it might not here. Let's see here. Okay. No, this is not in the Forgotten Realms. So I'm gonna leave that blank then, because I don't know any of the gods that might be in this. They got their own stuff there. Interesting, interesting. They gave me an overcoat. I love the overcoat. It's pretty cool. Cushion for reasonable comfort. Excuse me? Okay, now I do know that Player Tool 1 acquired use this to direct companions. I know there's some like advanced companion thing. I assume that's what this book is here to do. Gave me 70 gold and my gear, and then took everything else from me. Also what I do in my module, which I'm still working on. Utilitarian garments that are comfortable to wear and durable. All costs minion control. Your character should now have access to a feat called Player Tool 1. This can be used to issue commands to NPC companions, familiars, animal companions, and a summoned creature. Locate the feat on the radial menu, go to Special Abilities, then Class Abilities, add this to your quick bar. So if I go to Special, Monk, okay. Issuing a default command, attack nearest fellow, follow me, etc. will override any commands issued by the tool. Likewise, issuing a command via the tool will override any current active default commands. You can freely swap between both types of commands, such as telling companions to move to a location with the tool, then giving a follow me command to regroup. Okay, so just like the default commands, orders from this tool will last indefinitely until the triggering criteria is fulfilled. However, targeted enemy dying will end the attack command and a lock or trap being dealt with. Ooh, almost sneezed. Will end the disarm lock trap command. Move commands will never end on their own. Either issue a new command or a follow me default. Selecting a hostile creature will command a follower to attack that creature. Selecting a neutral or friendly creature will command them to move to it. Selecting a location will command them to move to that location. Selecting a locked door or object is ordering them to unlock it by any means necessary. Only followers who've been told to help with locked doors will attempt to assist you. This can be configured via dialogue. That's a handy one. I like that. Selecting a trap or trap door object will command them to disarm the trap. Only followers who've been... Right, so same thing. If you have any issues or notice any bugs, right, contact Guy there. Facebook feedback greatly appreciated. Attempting to drop the book in the Aielund Saga will cause it to reappear in your inventory. However, the book may be freely discarded in other modules. Odd. And at least they made it down to no weight, basically. Okay, so you can just order it, and then I assume everyone will do that, probably? Okay. Well, let's see what we're looking at here. I am in the Braxfordshire Arms Inn Luxury Suite. Okay, so we're in Britain. I was right. Perhaps it was a mistake to travel through the Kingdom of Aielund in the middle of winter. It hasn't stopped raining in a month, and the roads are a quagmire. Tiring of trudging through the weather, I stopped at a quaint little town called Braxford to wait out the storms. It's been a week now, and on top of the weather, all the gates out have been closed. Getting a little sick of waiting around like this, so I think maybe it's time to do something about it. Innkeeper here probably knows the layout of the town and who to talk to. I should speak to him when I'm ready to move. Bamboo kimono? Made of rich silk and soft fabric. Several layers of cloth made of the elegant and exotic garment. Soldier's tunic, wizard robe. Yeah, those are typical clothings. Hold on. I've got to... Let's see here. I think I... Nope, monk. I think I spelled that right. I want to make sure I'm not stealing. You never know with these things. Neat. Yeah, I'll take that over my other clothing. That looks kind of fitting for a monk. It's pretty neat. Flower gown? Use limitation. You can limit things based on the gender. I didn't know that. Lovely gown when any lady of good breeding would feel at home wearing. Good what? What does that mean? That doesn't sound good. This is light, or this is leather armor. Torches. A lot of torches. Do those run out or something? Are those limited? Let's see. Let's get rid of these. Get rid of those. I'm okay with both of these being here. Actually, I don't have any real special attacks, do I? Aside from the stunning fist. No, I'm good. What's up with this? You wish to rest in advanced time. No thanks. Cushion of reasonable comfort. Smell of mothballs. Yeah, okay. That's new. It's weird. This feels like it's supposed to be based in Asia, but it's the names, at least the one name I've seen so far, seems a lot more fitting. It's a simple chair, but the grace of its lines speaks to the quality of its craftsmanship. It seems more English. These all locked? No. Well, let's bother everyone around us. There's no one in there. Well, I have the luxury suite, apparently, so I guess I'm rich. Wow, will you sit on every chair? Oh, new music, that's pretty cool. So that's the back exit, the front exit, and the kitchen. Are you of good breeding? Do you want the clothing? With all the trouble about lately, it almost feels like we're under siege. Nice to meet you. Trapped in the backwater town as well. Man, the music reminds me of Fate. Really miss my husband. I hope he doesn't get killed in the war. Didn't hear you come in. Dry yourself. Hello. This incredibly beautiful woman's obviously only partly human. She returns your inquiring gaze with a smile. Asimar? She looks like air. Wait a minute. I know that face. Is that, oh, Bastila. Is that Bastila? That looks like Bastila from, that's a cool looking mace, though. I like that. And an odd looking shield. Man, how many unique designs are in this thing? Guys, it did use all the community stuff, the community tile pack. They got all kinds of neat stuff in it. Unshaven and apparently unwashed, this man seems to care little for social conventions, but looks tough and ready for anything. So, a cleric of some kind and a ranger, probably. I'm assuming those are companions. Tom Ballard, owner and operator of the fine establishment. The innkeeper's knowledgeable about all the goings-on in and around town. I can actually get... Nope. Yes, I can get back here. Speak to me. Good morning to you, sir. Before you ask it, no, the mayor's not opened up the roads yet. Oh, why is that? They're just impassable in all this rain. I mean, solid rain for an entire month? Never seen such a thing. The entire town's been flooded. I've been stuck in the place all week. At this point, I'd be willing to risk it. I know the feeling. I tried sending someone through to Coldeny up north, but they never returned. Why'd you send them if things are so bad? The roads are all but unpassable. The fields are a quagmire, and it's just got everyone's spirits down. Good for business, though, if you know what I mean. He winks at you with no detectable subtlety? What does that mean? So you sent people into danger just to make a profit? It wasn't just for me. I ordered a bunch of supplies that the whole town could benefit from, but he never returned. Now my supplies are lower than ever. Might be willing to bring you a new supply. Would you? That'd certainly be a great help, and I'll pay a premium price too, but you couldn't. Couldn't what? Well, after people started disappearing, a rumor started that the north road to Coldeny has been overrun with highwaymen. Couldn't ask you to go through that. Think of the danger. I'm no fan of danger, but we can't allow brigands to control the roads. Yeah, fair enough. Got lawful. I got 50 XP for that? Holy smokes. Okay, then you bring me a batch of ale and I'll pay you 200 gold. That'll work. One more thing. You'll need to speak to the mayor about gaining access to the north road. Ever since he heard of the highwaymen taking over, he's forbidden anyone to leave town in that direction. Where can I find him? Just over the road in his office. You can't miss it. He'll probably have a few other jobs for you as well if you're inclined. Is there a blacksmith? Young Haddish is just a short walk down the street. Stores are a bit low for some reason, but he has stock enough to get you started. Is there a place to buy leather goods? Laura Patil's shop just down the street. She and her husband's a wide variety. A temple? Not as such, no. We have a druid, if you can believe that. Don't know his name. He's set up camp on the southeast side of town. Any wizards? Wizards? None of them around. Old Dale's a bit of a sage. Might have some old scrolls. Just to the west of the inn. Current events. I can indeed. Certainly be a good way to pass the time. Looks like the weather's finally starting to clear up. Strangest thing, it was nearly an entire month of solid rain. Not just drizzling either, a real downpour. I remember, had to travel through it. I think the mayor's going to allow travel outside of town again in a day or two, but the weather's only the half of it. There's bandits. What about the bandits? They blockaded the north road. Yeah, we know that. Also haven't heard from High March in the south for nearly a week. Of course, there's talk of barbarians in the east. Go speak to the mayor. Alright. His name is Olaf. That can't be good. This little girl's around 8 years of age, seems to be learning the ropes of how to run a kitchen. That's a weird picture for her. Vicky's in charge of the kitchen, woe betide anyone who falls out of her good graces. Hello. Alright. Well, let's talk to these two. What do you guys got going on? Makes me want to head back to the forest, at least I have a beer to keep me company. Who are you? Name's Dante Colt, ranger with the local regiment. I'm on a personal leave of absence. Why? What would that be? Fine. I had an issue with my commander, and he recommended I be somewhere else for a few weeks to let the whole thing cool down. You won't get more than that out of me without buying me flowers first, princess. I don't want to pry any further. Need someone to watch your back while you're out and about? I could do that. Could use a distraction. Sure. Wow. I didn't even have an option. It's just, yep, let's go. +2 hide armor, designed specifically for the Royal Rangers. Allows them to blend in with ease. +1 discipline. Yep, I always like things like that. A ranger cloak, +2 to hide. Simple cloth garments. Yep. His short bow's a weird color, but I think other than that, it's pretty standard. Got a lot of arrows to start with, at least. Good day. Can I do something to be of service? What's a beautiful lady like you doing wearing armor? Are you a warrior? Not really. I'm a cleric in service of God, and in times as troubled as these, it's not uncommon for a priest to clad ourselves in iron. Just like... Is this Demon Souls? Okay. Smiles like a sunrise on a clear morning. This is weird. Certainly not. I'm one of the few clerics that His Majesty did not take with him on his expedition to the west. Extra space there. So I thought to make myself useful. Any luck? The place is quite peaceful. I dare say it's boring. Aside from the occasional broken leg or arm, there's been a little chance to serve. Might be of use. I'm an adventurer. I could use a good healer. To be honest, I was nearly at the point of returning to the church at Coldeny for reassignment. It'd be good to be of further use. Come with me then. Name is Nalise Sandeman. I'm at your disposal. Large wooden shield. Damage vulnerability to bludgeoning? Weird. Effective protection for the adventurer who can afford the added weight and encumbrance. Vulnerable to bludgeoning damage. This is a weird design for an item. I've never seen that. Equivalent to scale armor. And wow, yeah, just a funky looking mace. Pretty cool though. I kind of like its design. Will they actually use healer's kits in this? So does that mean you can wear that? It does. And it's literally just like an odd looking gown. That's not practical for combat, just gonna say it. But whatever. Follow me. I will follow, but not attack our enemies until you tell me otherwise. Okay. That looks like Sekiro in the nature abhors a vacuum part. Oh wow, we are flooded. There's literal water in the streets. Okay, so that's to Koldeni, to the Wilds, Fort High March, Paddocks. So the barbarians are that away. I don't know what else is in the paddocks. Torch paints its environs in warmer hues. I can actually put those out for some reason. North, Koldeni, South, High March. Oh, they closed the doors. That makes sense. Hello. Dreadful weather to be out. We gotta keep a presence on the east gate. The women of Aielund have been called into service despite the misgivings of some of the men, proving themselves to be quite capable. Whatever. Although lacking experience, town guards are doing an adequate job in the absence of veterans. Don't do that. Don't go unlocking stuff around the place. I should probably check that, actually. Let's see. You're chaotic good, and you're just a straight fighter. I thought you were a ranger. You're an Aasimar, yep, I figured. And a cleric. And lawful good, though. So we have that going for us, at least. Healing and strength. Alright, that's interesting. Let's see. Can you open lock some stuff? Are you good at that? I don't know. You don't have open lock skills. Okay, so this is not a smith. These are the smiths. Brackford Scribe, assigned to marking the workplace of a craftsman. Orange katana stand. Would I expect to find that on a battlefield? What is a kadanansu? Wooden box for the storage of swords. It is, like, yeah, there's a lot of Asian stuff, but also English stuff. It's odd. This book describes an ancient tomb in the hills to the east of town. You note down the details. Do I? Innkeeper at the Braxfordshire army wants to bring a batch of ale from the Koldeni brewery. He'll pay 200 for the job. I should talk to the mayor. Learned of an ancient tomb with buried treasure in it to the east of town. I should look into it when the mayor allows travel to the east once more. Apparently it's inhabited by the ghost of a knight of the crown. Might prove interesting. And terrifying. Alright, so there's a katana. And a katana. Okay. No upstairs, apparently. I like that. That's neat. I like that.
Hello.
Oh yes, hello there. Sorry, I was engrossed in this translating this tome. Is there something I could do for you? Do you have anything interesting to sell? I could be persuaded to part with some items from my collection. Some magical, others are merely exotic. I also have a number of artifacts I've acquired over the years that might hold some interest too. Let's see. Elven chainmail. Yet no arcane spell failure, and bonuses to hide and move silently. Oh, you gotta be elf or half-elf to use it. That's a shame. Wizard's sidearm. Magic missile, unlimited uses a day. Oh, I love that. See, what I was thinking for my sort of thing like this is you get one of these, like a crossbow or something like that, and then you give it the ability, a special ability, to make unlimited ammunition that's not sellable. It's a plot item, so you can't sell it. But when it hits an enemy, it like triggers magic missile on them or something at a low level. That way it's always firing magic missiles. That'd be my idea. What is a tetsubo? Is a club? Chakrams. Those we know. Throwing axes. A goad. Base item goad with a asterisk. This is a martial weapon? Why is it... Is it two-handed? No, it's a small weapon. Interesting. Commas. Yep. I could use those, but I think my weapons already do 1d6, right? Yeah, so I don't need them yet. Bok Jam Do, known as a butterfly sword, traditionally wielded in pairs. Those are short swords. He's got a kukri plus 1. 16,000? Oh, okay, 1,600. I thought I saw an extra 0 or a 6 and was shocked for a second. Bonus feat disarm like a whip, but it's not. It's a sai, which is different from a dagger. A tonfa, which is also like a sai. And a jit, which is also like a sai. These are weird. A guitar, a punching dagger. The sap is a simple weapon, typically consisting of a small bag filled with sand or lead shot. You just wallop people with them. Vulcans. Hanbos. This seems all very... It's a Japanese longbow. So is this guy like just a traveler? This is... What is it though? It says just wind fire wheel. That's weird. I do like the wakizashi. That's a good addition. I like that. Okay. Actually, I'm going to keep 3 of them. Can't sell that, sadly. I will sell off all of this, because I don't think I need it. I don't want it clogging up my inventory. Okay. This guy's got some odd stuff on him. Whoa, he's got all the way up to some 4th and 5th level spells. Crazy stuff there. Ring of Shielding. +1, and use shield once a day. Oh, only sorcerers and wizards. Lame. That's minor. Necklace of Missiles. Fireball, 5 charge. Epic. Very classic object. Wands of Fire and Lightning. Clear Thought. Scholars. Yep. Crystal of Light. More rare since the mind's closure, they're still extremely useful. It's only got 1 chart. 52. For this. For this, I would pay 52. Glyph of Energy. Use magic missile once. Stunning. Use daze. Protection. Mage armor. Those are handy. Those are going to be useful. At some point, probably. Scare. Most of those are not, though. Crystal of Intense Cold. Just a Ray of Frost. Why single use? That's only 13. That's still a decent bit of money for something that's really not worth much. Okay, well, let's get... Oh, wait a minute. I need to ask him some questions. You're a sage. Well, not really in a professional capacity, but I have read a lot of books. Anything interesting in the region? I'm studying a mystery at the moment that you might find interesting. There's a tomb to the east of town and a graveyard, inside of which are the remains of the exiled knight. I have heard of this knight before, I just read about it. It's quite famous, actually, or infamous, I should say. He defied the king on some sort of important issue, was exiled for his crime. Not sure why. Few crimes would warrant exile's punishment, but the king of the day was renowned for being easily upset. Renown? I think you're supposed to be ED. What's the tomb? Knight was a celebrated hero. His equipment was buried with him. It is said that his spirit resides there, waiting for a worthy soul to come and claim his possessions, continue the fight against injustice. Where is it? East of town. You'll need the mayor's permission to leave, of course, but once you are free to travel there, look for an old graveyard to the northeast. There you shall find the tomb itself. No, that's it. Huh. Yeah, so far the design choices in this are bizarre. I'm actually surprised at the sort of like inconsistency almost to some of it. After hearing how much it was lauded as like the greatest thing. Someone having trouble here? I forgot I could quick save till just now. Old man squints at you. Well, what do you want? You seem a bit preoccupied. I figure there's some kind of thing in my barn, but I ain't got the strength to go look closer. I could take a look. It might be rats. Rats wouldn't be a problem. If you do find a rat, kill it for me. Sure. It's not going to be a rat, is it? Yet more rats? He wants me to look into his barn to see if there's some kind of creature lurking within. Why is it yet more? I haven't dealt with any in the first place. But I'll find out. This man has the look of someone on the run. Uh-huh. That is not a rat.
Hello there.
Who are you? I'm a rat hunter. I'm just Ishinashina here. I was going to ask you the same question. I'm Sam. I was just resting here to get out of the rain. The farmer who owns the barn was afraid a big rat had taken residence. I see. I didn't plan on staying here long, just needed a break from my travels. You've been living on the land. I have, actually. I jumped ship in Cold Denny Harbor because of a small disagreement with the captain. I won't go into details, but I'm better off elsewhere for now. You won't turn me in, will you? I will inform the farmer you're in his barn. I'll just tell the old man he was hearing things. Don't worry about it. How is that a good thing to do? This is... Okay, the lawful one's the only one that makes sense out of these choices. Again, 50 XP just for talking to him. I'll get out of here. Thank you for the fair treatment. So, those are odd choices. I feel... It's a disagreement. I feel like the good thing's probably to turn him into the law and be like, hey, this guy might have done something. I'm not sure. What you find, there was a man in there hiding unlawfully in your barn, and I told him to leave. Is that right? Well, I'm in debt. Don't think I would have liked tangling with a ruffian. Here's 20 gold. Felt much safer with a person around to defend me. If you're headed out west to my paddocks, keep an eye out for my boys. Farewell. So he owns the paddocks. Okay. That's a dog? Oh, it's a little dog. It's a little terrier. That's kind of adorable, actually. I love terriers. Discovered a ruffian hiding within a mallsmith's barn. Sympathized with his plight, but I asked him to move on. The mall was quite pleased with my handling and rewarded with a small token of his gratitude. A couple of gold. Well, fortunately, I don't have much in the way of expenses at the moment. Boy, it's dark. Here, let me... There. At least the town is walled in. Black Angus. Are they all that difficult? No. Large herd animal is aggressive when protecting its offspring or during mating season. It's raised primarily for its meat and hide. They're a domesticated species. With the general exception of gnomes and halflings. Huh. Farmer Johnson, can I have a word with you? Yeah. Could you spare a moment? What's on your mind? There's some kind of beastie that's been attacking my chickens the past few days. It was hard for me to track down, but I got it cornered in the barn. Want me to kill it for you? If you could, I'm an old man. Don't fancy trying my luck. Alright. Yeah, sure, I'll take a look. I'll give you a reward if you could bring me a piece of back of proof. What kind of body part? Whatever's handy, head, tail. I don't know what it's really got. Just avoid the gonads. I don't want to make a mess in there. Yeah, sure, okay. Oh, these are rats. Wow, these things are tiny little rats. That makes sense, actually. Oh, yeah, right. Attack! Many people dismiss the danger of the dire rat. I don't think it's really a dire rat. I'm pretty sure that's just a standard rat. Oof. I mean, it's the big one, sure, but... Kill him. You guys, let him kill the chicken. Oh, there's still some left. How did I not see them? Like a lot of them left. Oh my word, where did they come from? Did they come out of the big one? The tail, taken from a huge rat who won't be needing it. Where even is this thing? I can't even see the thing. Doesn't help when it parries the cleric. The rest of them left corpses, but there's nothing on them, so... Why? Killed an enormous rat, taken off its tail. Here's the tail. Glad it was a rat, and a big one at that. Glad to see it gone. He said, bloody. They are British. You've proven yourself handy. If you're interested, old Almal Smith says he has something in his barn, too. Maybe there's more in his barn. Okay, well, I've already handled his stuff. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go strangle myself some dinner. Saved countless chickens from a horrible death. Why would I say hypocrite? This game seems to be trying pretty hard so far to be comedic, but I'm not trying to be mean here. That's not my intention, but it does kind of feel like it's missing the mark. Sebastian. That's funny. That's the name of my cat. Oh, is he laying? No, he's mid-stride, looks like. Hasranax. The peaceful-looking man smiles cheerfully back at you from beneath the hood. Nice weather we're having lately. You do realize that it's been raining for a month, right? Nature's merely resetting the balance after a long drought. Everything is as it should be. Is there something I could do for you? Okay. So he'll heal for free. That's nice to know. This isn't much of a grove. I take exception to that. True, it may be small, the largest tree here is but a few years older than I, and sure, there are a dozen wood choppers and farmers living within earshot, but forgot what my point was. Why aren't you out in the forest? We're not allowed in the King's Forest anymore. Too much of a conflict of interest. He cuts down trees for lumber and hunts the animals, and we try to prevent that. It's better this way. Yeah, okay. Wish it was shared by all my orders. Some of them aren't satisfied with the status quo, may take the extreme actions. Are they dangerous? Quite. If you're planning on heading deep into the Calisper ranges, I'd watch out. Have anything for sale here? A few items. Make healing kits, collect herbs, make potions. Odd-looking armor. So is this like a... This is 15... It's a large shield. No, it's just a... It's just a weaker large shield. Low light. Vulnerable to fire. Extra druid slots, though. So that's neat. Magical scythe. Wow. Guardian staff, druid and ranger. +1, aid and tangle. Magic sickle, magic sling, otherwise normal stuff. Gnarled staff of healing. It's +1. Dim, green, cure light wounds, but anyone can use it. 5 uses a day. That's not bad. Only 2,000. You never know. Golden seal herb. Use resistance. Virtue. St. John's wort. Cure minor wounds. Right. Belladonna and garlic. He only sells healer kits +3 in packs of 10, and only the +1 in singles. This is so far not gripping me, I gotta be honest. It feels... I'm really trying not to be mean, and I don't want it to come across that way, but it feels pretty amateurish. Which I guess it is. Why are you right at that door? Is this just a random person's house? Evidently it is. What are you doing? Come on. Let's check out the smithy. Door. You come to buy pots, or maybe new plowshare. Got a good deal on the pots, though. Big saving. Not a warrior who could easily crush a man with his bare hands. Your stock seems a bit low. Was expecting a shipment of iron from High March. It never came. Maybe got stuck down south in the mud. Might be able to get it. That'd be helpful. What do I need to look for? A big pile of iron. Yeah, makes sense. How did my journal update 3 times? Large pile of iron that was lost en route to Broxford. Hadush the blacksmith wants me to bring him the chest of iron so he can replenish his supply. If you find it, bring it here. I can make more weapons and armor. Yep, alright. Yeah, told him my name. You're back. What do you want? I never checked his wares in the first place. Where can I buy potions? Near the big tree stump. Yeah. Has ring axe. That's the name. I don't know why I'd be able to ask him about potions specifically. What do you know about the war? Soldiers come, say we need your weapons. Then more soldiers come and say we need your armor. I say give me money. They say no is for the king. Somewhere to the west, far away, take many menfolk with them. Not take Hadush because of my bad leg. Probably a good thing. I don't like war. If you want to know more, speak to the mayor. What can I buy? Banded mail. I like how the armor looks at least, though. That's pretty cool. A small wooden shield. It's just a small shield that looks differently, but also can't take much of a hit. Standard fare. And that's it. Yeah, that is a low stock. And low light. I can't say the lighting has been unrealistic so far. The mayor's office is just a house then. That's the mayor, and then that's the... yeah. Let's check out the linens department. Wait a minute. No, that's the barracks. We'll jump to the barracks after this. David Patil and Laura Patil. Welcome to my wife's store. What sort of things do you sell here? She's a fine seamstress, has a large selection of clothing. As for me, I'm a retired ranger. I hunt game every now and then, make a good living tanning hides and producing leather. You wouldn't have some bows and arrows available, would you? I do. I've also got some deadly new arrows. Yeah, let's see. A dark cloak. Extra hide. Somehow provides less hide than... what? His name is Dante? I didn't know that. Somehow it's less than what he's got. Thieves outfit, disable trap, and tumble. Odd bonuses to have. It's +2, holy smokes. And only 5,000? This guy must sell stuff on the cheap. That's really good armor. Like, really cheap. Disable trap. Huh. Leather skirts. Only for women. Move silently. That must be because this is a particular model that he used for it, the skirt thingy. It's a particular model that the maker wanted to use sometimes, but it only works for women. Like, it doesn't have a male option, so he had to limit it to not break the game. That's what I'm guessing, at least. Move silently and discipline, of course. Of course. Now, the short bow looks weird. A bodkin arrow. That makes sense. And a lot of leather supplies. And some healer's kits, though. Hello. I'd like to see what you have for sale. Certainly have a manner of fashionable clothing. Few items of great value. But times are tough. We need the money. Some of these garments are quite powerful in the right hands. They should be out in the world helping to fight troubles. Okay, all kinds of clothing. Boots of traveling. Neat looking. +1 AC. Okay. Those are as expensive as +2 leather armor that gives you tumble and disable traps. Somehow. Weapon specialization and rapier. How did you do that? I could never get weapon specialization on anything except fists. Anyway, spar, discipline, and perform. During the stage production of Sebastian Vale's The Swords of Aielund, the lead man for the role of King Balthazar's son constantly dropped his sword during rehearsals. As he was the foremost actor of the day, the production would not have proceeded without his participation, so these gloves were crafted to give him the illusion of military competence for the show. That makes sense why they give discipline, then. I wouldn't... well, whatever. Shadowed hood... nothing. I would have thought that'd do something. Like, give one minor little benefit. Light armor... versus piercing and some parry. Oh, a fencer. I saw fancier for some reason. I was like, what's a fancier's outfit? Just some expensive clothing. Yep. A strapless gown, specifically. I don't know why, but the extra, the women's clothing stuff, it kind of makes me laugh. You get so used to playing this game, where it treats men and women exactly the game in the tool set itself. To see them so different now is sort of jarring. Robes the Transcendent Path. Monk stuff. Order the Transcendent Path in the eastern mountains of Aielund, wear these as a symbol of rank within their monastery. They bring the monk's mind to focus more on the present, allowing them greater control over their bodies. +3, 1 to spot and listen. Ghostly visage once a day, that's pretty handy. Those are expensive, but definitely something to work on. Bonus spell slot for sorcerers and +2 concentration. Man, only 400 though, that's pretty good. Excuse me? Excuse me? the male one is an entire shirt. The female one is a belt. Okay, there's a +1 version that's just some armor. Just battle. I'm sorry, that can't be right. It must be a glitch, but it's hilarious to see. Oh man, that's pretty good armor there. Swashbucklers. Yeah, that's an appropriate price. That's what I'd expect the armor to be. Well, even that's a little cheap, but that makes a little more sense than 5,000. Bonus feat, lingering song. I didn't know you could put that as bonus feat. Extra bard stuff. Yep, that's pretty nice if you're a bard. Add some cold resistance. I like that. I might take that on my way out of town, maybe. Oh man, there's no way that's the real case where it's literally just a belt, but it. Oh, but that'd be so typical though. I mean, you all know, anyone who's watched me for any length of time knows that I'm not a feminist, and I'm a pretty hardcore conservative. But it is true that the female armor in games thing, it's either way over the top, or it's very much under the bottom, and those are the only two. Those are the only two options that I see in almost every scenario, and it's pretty funny to see it in action like that. Is this locked? That's locked. Is there something you need, citizen? This is Tara Redfern, the captain, leader of the military in Braxworth. I wonder what you could tell me of the war. I'm a regional commander. My knowledge is fairly limited on the subject. I do know a few weeks ago I was a young officer fresh out of training. Now I'm in charge of protecting an entire town. Quite a promotion. Any idea where you were suddenly put in the position? The commander who held the post before me was called off to fight in the war with the king. Right. I was the most qualified person remaining for the job. How are you handling it? It's a little overwhelming, but ever since the mayor locked the gates, things have been much easier. A few patrols here and there, make sure nothing comes too close. Enough of my problems. Something I can help you with? I was looking around. Alright. I'm out then. Well, not all the guards are women left, though.
Well met.
Some of these are men who weren't taken off to war, too, so you got that. Alright, let's talk to the mayor, because clearly I kind of have to... He has a secretary? Feverishly sorting through a pile of paperwork. Different cushions for the couch? I have never seen anything like that in this before. And a desk. And a bucket. A bucket, yep. The mayor's just inside if you need to speak with him. I have plenty of paperwork to do. Man, character's real snarky. Olaf Waynold, an old nobleman. His weathered features show his advancing years. Good day. What brings you to my office? Want to talk about leaving town. This could not have come at a worse time. How so? I've something of a personal crisis, actually. It has me rather distracted, for which I apologize. All you need to do is give me permission to leave via the dashes? Oh, that's like you're getting cut off. Okay. Leave? Good heavens, no. There are bandits to the north, barbarians to the east, and we've been out of touch with Fort Highmarch for nearly a week. Until I know more, I refuse to let unauthorized people wander about. If the town is in danger, I'm willing and able to help. You hardly seem capable of dealing with any of the threats to this town. I wouldn't wish to endanger your life needlessly. I can take care of myself. Let me look into things for you. How else are you going to find out what's going on? It does bear looking into. Tell you what, if you help me with my little problem, I'll hire you to investigate the South Road. How does that sound? What sort of problem do you have? It's rather delicate. An associate of mine seeking to discredit my name and oust me from this high office. She wants 1,000 gold pieces to keep her silent. An associate. I've tried reasoning with this individual, but she simply won't cooperate. I'm not one to employ strong-arm tactics myself, but if you were to persuade her to see reason, sure I could make it worth your while. This sounds underhanded. Why should I help you? I don't think violence will be necessary, at least I doubt it. By all means, talk with her first, but if she still refuses, I want to use any means available to make her change her mind. I understand. I should just say a hard pass. I'm going to fight my way out of here if I have to. She has some documents in her possession that she should not have. I want them returned. Simple as that. Who's this person? Halfling named Marin, lives next to the blacksmiths in a small house facing the west. Olaf the Mayor of Braxford wants me to talk with Marin, a prosperous young woman who's been living in Braxford for a few months now. Appears she's attempting to blackmail him. I mean, blackmail is evil. That's if she's trying to get money out of him only. I might have missed that part, but if that's the case, that is pretty bad. I think it was this house. Door's locked. Would you like to knock? Yeah, knock on it. Knock on the door. A moment later, you hear a voice inside. Who is it? Marin, my name is Juris. I need to speak with you. Internal revenue. I'm not interested in anything you have to say. It's quite urgent. I must insist you open this door. Will you think about it? No, go away. I won't let this door stop me. I don't... This is... whatever. Good luck with that. Stops talking. Can you... Nope. I thought he could pick the lock. Okay, I guess we're breaking in. He has power attack, so he can do it. Fine, let me help. You too. Yeah, I can tell that. A beautiful athlete has a glint of steel in her eyes. Breaking into my house, very bold of you. I'm surprised you got through my door. Actually, obviously not thick enough. I've come from the mayor's office. We need to talk. Might have guessed. Olaf sent you over to toss me about. I've merely been instructed to have a chat with you. Tell me why you're blackmailing the mayor. Because it's good money. Certainly enough for me to relocate back to Fairlock where there is some culture. I have to deal with the mayor, actually. I must order you to hand over the documents immediately. And why should I do that? That is intimidation. Persuade is intimidation that I'm using right here. But I guess I'll do that. I don't want any trouble. This isn't working out as I had hoped. So where are they? Documents in the drawers over there. Take it and go. Oh. Oh! Attack! Okay. Ah, dang it. Made her save. Alright, well, fortunately, we have a trained killer in here with us. +2 to persuade. That's interesting. And a masterwork dagger. Whenever you take something off a body, it drops you to the ground. Padded armor. Once again. Okay, hold on. I got a interesting looking short sword. There's no way this is correct. It must be... Okay, I see. So it's because you only see the right option when it's in the woman's inventory. So it looks wrong outside of it. That's what's going on here. Because of how the models work. Okay. That makes a lot more sense. The bodies don't disappear, though. I never like that, but I guess that's what we're doing. Everyone get this open. How do you... Who's this? Wait a minute. Do I have several of these? How do you make that work on multiple people? This document signed by the Mayor of Braxworth, Olaf. It details his secret trading activities in conjunction with the North Shore Trading Company in Coldeny. You're no expert on trading commodities. It seems he was involved with the inflating prices and possibly blackmail in order to increase profits. So he's doing the very thing that he's angry about here. Angry about her doing. Except she tried to kill me. It's a good thing I had Did I take listen? It's a good thing I'm magical and noticed that person. Alright, well, let's get out of here. So I assume all the other doors are locked, and like the gates, and I can't go through them. But let me go see, because I think I can go through the paddocks, and I might want to do that first. Acquired the papers, interesting reading, seems like the mayor's been up to some shady dealings. Obviously. If you're not up to shady dealings, you can't really be blackmailed, can you?
Something I can do for you.
Okay. I've recovered the documents. You have. Quickly give them to me. I took a look through it. Looks like you're involved in some shady dealings. That's none of your business. I want some answers. Well, since you insist, there's a man up in Coldeny who came to me with a great offer. Make me lots of money, very little risk. So what if it was a little unethical? No one was hurt. It's a victimless crime. That money has to come from somewhere, Olaf. I'll wager you've had to tread on a few toes to obtain it. That's the nature of business. My morally outraged friend, if I didn't do it, someone else would have. Did they level up with me? They did. They all did, it looks like. They're all healthier than me. That doesn't make it right. I'd expect such dealings from some business end, but you're the mayor. You shouldn't be getting into these affairs. Perhaps you're right. I assure you I'll give this a great deal more consideration. I can let this slide, but I have good memory, Olaf. I don't care for the way you've acted. What was his name? Ronald Bartlett, a legitimate businessman, a powerful and influential man. I'd think twice about irritating him. Here. Good work. This could have been very embarrassing for myself and my business partner. 750 experience. Holy smokes. I walked into a house and killed 2 women, and I'm already like an experienced millionaire. Now about the South Road. As it happens, I have to send some requisition forms to Highmark anyway. You want me to deliver them? Indeed, there must be something along the South Road that has broken our lines of communication. Take extra caution on our journey. Your journey. To whom do I give them? The captain of the guard. He'll take care of that, and quite probably give you something to return here with. How much do I get paid? 200 gold. Okay. He only paid me 75 for this, so that is pretty decent, actually. Mayor of Braxford needs me to deliver some documents to the fortress town of Highmarch to the south. It's unlikely I'll be granted entry. I can give the documents to the guards at the front gate, something along the South Road. The road south has been interfering with travel, so I need to be on guard. He's given me permission to exit the town via the south gate. I need only show the guard my papers. It looks like I have a permanent room in the inn, so that's pretty cool. If I need rest, I can just go over there and get it. Did I mess up? I think I messed up. Yeah, no, this is blocked off. Stupid fences. Just give me a gate over there. I feel like there should be more than one player tool here, right? Feat is implemented by editing the tool script in the tool set, giving the feat to the player. Be done by adding an item property. Does nothing unless implemented in a community-made module. Yeah. But how do you do it? I assume it's a feat that I just have. But I don't know how to make it work on multiple people. Do I... You? No, that's just telling him to go help her. A brown Angus. A black calf. Oh, they're fighting with each other. I do like the animal lore of just real-life animals. It's always neat. Alright. Well, they said something was out here. I assume I'm here to find the guys. It's not raining, so that's nice. Oh, no, it is raining. I just couldn't see it. It is raining, so that's not nice. So far, this doesn't seem to have a lot of reactivity. And what I mean by that is not like... let's see. Not like... How do I put this? Race and class-based stuff. Just like what I've done. The guy was like, you should go over to that guy's barn and check out his rats. But I didn't know that there were... Like, I had already done that, and I hadn't heard about the rats before. So it was odd that there was no option to be like, no, I already did that. Didn't the guy tell me to meet his sons out here? This is odd. I thought the farmer man told me to meet his sons. Maybe they're just... Oh, maybe they're in the house. Wait a minute. Because this is the Smith Ranch. Right, that door's locked. No, that's... No. Wait a minute. What did that guy... I'm confused. Whatever. We're going stuff to Fort Highmarch. That's what we're doing. Maybe I should get some rest first, but whatever. We got lots of healing, and we've so far kind of just stomped whatever's gotten in our way. So let's get a move on. If worst comes to worst, she's got a 16 AC, he's got a 15, and they have more hit points than me, so they can die. Allow me passage. We have a look at that. This is all in order, but be warned. Something's been attacking travelers along the South Road. It could be dangerous. Yeah, duh. Mayor of Brackworth's given you written permission. Right. List of supplies. I probably should have sold my stuff, but it's not that heavy. Thanks for the warning. I'll open the gate. Well, let's go. At least it's not like Wyvern Crown of Cormyr, where I have to joust before I can leave town. I tried playing that module. I got so frustrated at the jousting thingy that I just left, like, right away. Hopefully all the textures work. They were a little wonky. Like, there was... When I was downloading the right tool sets and stuff that you needed to actually play this game in the first place, it was not clear about exactly which tool sets you even... Like, there were multiple download options for each of them, basically, and it was not clear. We were being hunted by what? Excuse me? What's on your mind? Why'd you get kicked out of the Rangers? What's no? I had a conflict of interest. Ended up punching his lights out. Why? There's a woman involved. Let's leave it at that. You're not really much of a talker. Not really... I'm a man of action. People generally don't like what I have to say anyway, so I don't think you're messing out on much. If you want to get all up close and personal, chat with Nalise. Over here, women love to talk. Plus, I smell better, too. I happen to have an interesting and diverse aroma. You do mud, cow manure, part of country living. You get used to it. Enough to critique already. Anything else? We having too much fun. He did say mate. Yeah, we're definitely in Britain. What's with that anyway? I don't know. I'm the way I am. I don't mean it most of the time. You're just a big softie. I wouldn't go that far. Line of questioning's really uncomfortable. Why don't you ask something less intrusive? Like if I got hemorrhoids. Your character is really, really unnecessarily snarky most of the time. Which is really that... You definitely see that in, like, the later BioWare stuff. That sounded like wolves, so we get... Wolves! Hungry wolf. Kill the wolf. Beat the snot out of it. You can kill, by the way. You can all kill. Man. What's with the body thing? This is a corpse. Indeed it is. I see they're really big fans of just leaving all the bodies. I never liked that. It's a dead town guard. Yep, guard armor. 40 pounds, my word. Long sword, large wooden shield. Take his armor. This is a nice helmet, though. Yeah, I've learned in my own module workings that when you remove the armor from a body... Ooh! Bet the Zolof's last volunteer, keep your eyes peeled. Oh, I didn't get to check it first. Man, had like a one round, what do you call it? Doom effect on me. Right, yeah, everyone attacked. Maybe I should just stop telling them to follow me. Oh, there's a sly wolf. Kill! And you're getting torn up. I keep catching her flat-footed. Alright, well, definitely not a challenge so far. We're just in here. I haven't even taken any damage yet. I know it's just been rats and wolves, but let's be real here. In Swordflight, the rats are the first thing everyone dies to. Well, for me, I guess it was the second thing. The first thing I died to was a random guy who happened to have a short sword in the upper room of an inn. Alas, for the simple merchant, may he rest in peace. Iron load? Huge chunk of iron. Yep. It's yours now. Hang on to that. Looks like I should have taken lore. Oh, I should probably check his body. Oh, Ray's dead. That's handy. Club. Woodsman winter outfit. Okay, that's some armor. How much more weight can you carry? Not enough. Here, you can take that. You can carry a decent bit. Hang on to that. Okay, well, let's continue. We're just south of Braxford. Yep. Whoa. That was a scenery change. You should really probably heal yourself. Really? Scout ahead. Healing spells. Yourself. That works. No. How can I not just tell you to heal yourself? Try to identify. Oh, hi. There's a wolf here. Attack it. I'm not a big fan of how the NPCs are moving themselves so far. There's gonna be another sly wolf somewhere, isn't there? I see another hungry one. Okay, let's go exploring. I didn't mess around too much in my own module with, so I'm gonna hang on to that for now. With, like, advanced henchman commands. As in, like, stuff that they can't normally do in the game. I didn't try to give them more stuff. Deceased Traveler. Is that armor? Oh, that's armor. A fire trap, healer's kit, a wand of missiles. Wands of missiles are awesome, especially low levels. 50 charges, 3rd level. What? It's a popular bit of lore. The first wizard encapsulate magical projectiles when an object was drawn and quartered. Right. Most wizards and sorcerers scoff at this, citing if every creator of wands were killed today, magic indeed. No, that sounds like I'm pretty sure I've read that before, but it seems reworded. But yeah, no, those wands are epic. It's only got 18 charges, but that's still, you know, cast at level 3. That's two missiles every shot. You could put down most low-level creatures with 1 or 2 charges of one of those wands. And I know that from Swordflight, where the creatures are really scary. Especially if you're backed by a cleric and a fighter right off the bat. You know, I probably should ask her about herself. What can I do for you? Can we talk? What would you like to talk about? You're part human. What's with that? A bit of mystery around that. My mother's quite human. I never met my father. Mother tells me he was an angelic being. Seems to be true. Having a father I've never met, for one thing. My mother never really told me much about him. Said it was quite personal and did not elaborate. Do you have superpowers? That seems like a strange question for... Well, then again, this isn't the Forgotten Realms, so what do I know about their culture? Not really, unless you're referring to my great beauty and willpower. Like, could smite the unworthy or something. I had considered training as a paladin, but I'm not really sure if I should or not. It's a less direct connection to God, I think. There's some debate over that. Was there anything else you wanted to discuss? Tell me about your religion. We worship God and all. So they worship a female goddess. Provides us with answers. Generally don't speak it aloud. Does the fact you're wearing armor suggest it's militant? Not at all. In fact, kingdom law prevents members of the clergy from having military or civilian ranks. There's no conflict of interest, as there was in times past. Last century, the church had great power through the land, greater than the king himself, and it was used poorly. It was eventually brought down for heresy. We've been repentant and humble ever since. Tripping over themselves to try and help people, always taking the blame for things they didn't do. They've been that humble and repentant for a long time, and that has become their religion. You people are pathetic, haven't shown any pride. Pride's what led to our downfall. We seek to make amends and reassured that our new ways are much different than those of our predecessors. I can see that. There's got to be a happy medium. I can't stand being around priests these days. They ain't men, especially the women. You even aware what words are coming out of your mouth, because they're very strange. All I'm saying is they got to start acting like real people. Fawning and kissing everyone's feet for stuff that happened long ago by other people isn't helping. He's right. Starting to think you're not as stupid as I thought. Such words will go straight to his head. Nope, I guess that's all. These people are weird. More dead folks. I've also never been a fan of the nothing special about this object trope that happens in Neverwinter Nights all the time. I do my best to not let that be the description on anything in my game. Because it always drives me up a wall, because I examine everything in these games. Oh! Kill the wolf. Yep, let's do this. Man, she gets torn up. She's got like the best AC out here, doesn't she? Well, it's as good as mine, at least. Oh, we can go up there. Let's go up this way, then. I like the design of the area so far. It's pretty cool. Oh, we got another one. What are you guys doing? Get up here. So be it. We'll go with normal attacks. Oh, there's a handful of them. They probably have sneak attacks. Let's finish this thing off. Yep. Let's kill it and cleave to the other one. There we go. Okay, I'm doing this alone, apparently. Ah, we got it, though. Nah, that didn't last long. I was hoping I could get another attack in while it was stunned. I have no healing, do I? No, I don't. 126 when I'm alone, though. That ain't nothing. I am opening these people up, according to the sound. Heal me! Oh, they do use their healing kits. That's pretty cool. Yeah, come on, you useless morons. Here, can I tell them to just... Okay, change your tactics. We need to change the distance. Could you use stealth? No. Okay. I don't know what ahead means there. We need to change your tactics. Defend me, don't attack. No. Okay. I guess I can't change their tactics enough to actually do what I want them to do. Come on. I'd like them to just always have the follow me... Oh, bacon. Always have the follow me option on. Kill it. Got him. He's out. Dante's leaving. He's killed the wolf. His time on this world is done. His people need him. This lead to High March? It does. At least part of it. Who seeks entry into High March? I do have important information. These documents are for the captain's eyes only. I gotta see him. Yeah, here. Seems to be an order going. I'll tell him you're coming. Open the door. Oh, cool. We're getting awesome fort music. Like Castle Diarnis in Baldur's Gate 2, which has some of the best music in the entire game. Just like, that's just the ambient music of them. I need my movement speed increase. I hate being slow. At least I know whenever someone decides to shoot at me, I'm in a good spot to not get shot by them. Custom official whose job it is to see to it that annoying people like you and everyone else do not gain entrance to the fort. This game is real confrontational. Oh, that's a cliff. This is cool sounding music, at least, though. You know, you bring the horns in. Some people don't like horns that much. I love horns. They sound awesome in basically every context. And I see we still cannot get rid of the tree at the end of the road shtick. If you haven't ever tried to design a module, you don't know how frustrating it is that a tree pops up at the end of every single road you ever try to place. It's the worst. Let's go in. Whoa, the guard captain is waiting for me. Leader of the king's forces in Fort High March, Captain Marshall guides his troops under his years of acquired experience in the field. These are town guards? Good lord, someone's arrived from the north. Did you run into any trouble along the way? Wolves. There were a lot of them. Figures, we usually have more troops available to patrol the road. With them out of the country, it's hard to keep the mountain roads safe. Thanks for taking care of it. You have any information? Yes. I imagine no loss running short on a few things. Be sure to have all this delivered as soon as possible. Here's your 200 gold. Is there anything else? Well, you're heading back through Braxford. Hand these over to Olaf. It's rather important. I like your style. We always pay our couriers, so no need to worry. You've written here the mayor should give you 100 gold for this. It's half of what I was offered to come here. The South Road is safe. Yes, the extra 100 was danger money, my mercenary friend. Yeah, that's fair, actually. He'd know if I made it here, then it's already done. I'll head back on my own time. Don't try to rush me. Guards at High March handed me some important documents. I'm being paid 100 gold for them. Yeah. And I leveled up, so that's always fun. Man, you level up fast in this thing. Alright, what's this? +2 competence on saving throws against mind-affecting spells. Cool. Yeah, monk speed. Love that. I can take weapon focus, unarmed strike, give it to me. Well, over weapon finesse? Yeah, I don't have a good enough dexterity yet. Unarmed strike, weapon finesse will come eventually. But, extra attack bonus is huge. I guess I can't get in here anymore. Okay. I'll find the road north, right over there. Leave. Oh, they didn't even give me a second option to leave. Oh, that spilled blood when it died. I didn't notice that before. Alright, well, pretty easy so far, but it's also kind of odd. I don't know, I'm having a hard time assessing this game. Clearly, a ton of work went into it, and I've only just, like, started it, but you kind of got to hook people early on a bit. The dialogue is really bizarre. I don't know how else to describe it, but it just feels off. Like, people don't talk the way they should. I see terms like, you know, like she said that Dante had B.O. in one of those, and like, that seems like a very modern thing to say. It's just weird to hear it out of context so much. Also, it does seem very linear in how the conversations and stuff are approached. The game expects you to do everything in one particular way, and anything that deviates from that, it does not have plans for. Which, you know, that happens. Some modules are that way. I do my best to plan for all sorts of different character options. It's one of the reasons it takes me so long to get anything done in that. I've only gotten to, like, I'm closing in on the end of the first act of my game. And I say closing in because there's still a couple of major things to do, including an entire enemy town, which there's a lot to take into account when you're doing something like that. But I like to have that sort of reactivity, because it does feel, you know, disjointed when your player's not allowed to say the things that he would say. Like, it's weird that it really does not give you that much versatility in how you can act. It does sort of shove you into certain... Why can I interact with that if I can't interact with that? I made it to High March, delivered your papers, received some documents for you. Thought you might. We usually get something every other week. Let's have a look. Here's the money, another job well done. 400 gold, 400 XP just for walking there, and I got a bunch of XP for that, and then 400 for walking back on a safe road. What orders? Oh my. What is it? High March wants the road to Cold Denny open by the end of the week. That means we have to tackle this bandit problem right away. Are you going to send the local troops? That's the problem. I can't afford to weaken our meager defenses around town while the barbarian threat is still present. Why not attack them first? I doubt we could take on such a vast army of what has been assembled in the southern mountains. It's probably a good time to mention that nearly all the kingdom's military is out of the country, in case you hadn't figured that out. Yeah, we know. What are we going to do about the situation? I'm in a bit of a spot here, actually, unless, of course, you were to help me out once more. Had a feeling. I need to clear that road out anyway. Put as plainly as possible, this is of paramount importance to the people of the region. I'm willing to pay you 500 for the bandit leader's head. Yep, sure. Be sure to get all the equipment you need before embarking. This could be a dangerous assignment. Yes, you will. Thank you for reminding me. Here you go. Shall act the guard. Cool. Aha. Olaf's allowed me through the northern gate. Should be able to stop the brewery. Road to the north is swarmed with brigands and highwaymen, preventing trade and communications to the northern town of Cold Denny. The mayor of Braxford has been ordered to clear the road. He's assigned this important task to me. Okay, and then I should bring the head back. Oh yeah, we have the iron. I totally forgot about that. Here, let's go to the smithy. I wonder if these shops have limited gold and limited, like, max prices or not. Okay. I'll take that, and this,
too heavy.
and this.
Pack is too heavy. It's difficult to carry.
I have your iron. Good work. Very pleased. I have a little gift for you. Amulet of natural armor. Let me see what you've made. Huge. Oh, he has better stuff, too. A large metal shield. Extra discipline. Not that expensive. A heavy mace. Heavy mace. Weapon size is medium. Simple weapon made of metal, ideal for smashing opponents. That seems awesome. I love that idea. Can you use that? No, you have simple weapons. Because you're a stinky cleric. Boo. But I do like that. And this design of mace I like a lot more than the basic one. A light pick. How does that work? Are there just like a million extra weapon proficiencies now in the game? Oh, I love moles. I always want to put these in my games, but I can't because they don't exist there. A heavy pick. It's 1d6. That's not that much. Would have expected at least 1d8. Okay, well, I think we should probably pick up some stuff for her, assuming we are able to. I'm going to stop in at the barracks real quick and see if there's anything up with this armor. Tree Tadush's iron. Who's very pleased. Can I turn in this armor and say one of your men is dead? Nope. Someone's beating the war drums. I'm assuming... okay. My scouts reported a vast barbarian army to the southeast. Until we reestablish contact with High March, we're preparing for the worst. There aren't many soldiers. Huh. Well, you know, communication should be established now. I fixed that. It really wasn't that bad. There were like 6 wolves out there. I think anyone could have probably handled it. Tell you the truth, I expected a lot more political intrigue by this point. Ah, great. We're running the stolen goods gambit. I hate that so much. Take those. You can't even identify this. That makes sense, now that I think about it. I'm assuming he can't identify anything. Okay, well, he can, however, buy all of my stuff. Okay, if I can't find someone to buy those, I am absolutely dumping them. There's no way I'm going through this. Like, I detested that about the original game, that every single trap was stolen. Unless I have very special... I do that in my game only for traps that, like, were definitely... Whoa. Armor bonus versus bludgeoning, a minus to search and spot. Slashing. Against Sonic, but bad listening. Extra versus fear, that's pretty nice. Discipline. Discipline. I always like this sort of thing. Just low magic items that kind of give you minor bonuses. Wow, even the basic spike and winged helms are adjusted. Something like that's pretty handy. I should probably buy it, but it is 200, so we're gonna hold off. I think yeah, I already took everything from them. Okay, first things first. We're going to check out the magic stuff. Let's go to the scribe. I'm assuming he's the only person who'd be able to do this.
Hello.
100 gold. Man, that's a lot. Ooh, extra slashing damage for me. Yes, please. Discipline... Okay, that's not magical. That should not be magical. That's ridiculous. 7. It's worth 7. I'll wear it, I guess. 100 gold for that. This was worth it. My weapons are suddenly magical. That's huge, actually. You know, and that's my problem with high-quality weapons in the game like this. Unless he's got some kind of hack pack that fixes it. If you give weapons a +1 to your attack, they count as +1 weapons and will bypass +1 damage resistance. So if you're looking to keep magic out of the game for a while or restrict it behind some barriers, but you want to give people bonuses to their attack, you can't do it that way. For my high-quality style weapons that aren't designed to be magical, they can't hit magical stuff, you know, but they are still... What's the word I'm looking for here? They don't hit magical creatures, but they're better than the standard. For those sorts of situations... Okay, I'm dropping these on your floor. I just give extra damage. I will take Transcendent Path Robes. Thank you. Oh, wait, look. Kinda weird, but it works. Alright. Let's go up and sleep. Because we're all level 3 now. I always love the Celtic sounding music.
Greetings and well
Wow.
met.
Why can't I just say I need you to cast spells? Cast a spell. I can't even see what spells she has. Okay. I think we're about done here. I've probably hit about my time limit. I'll just go to the gate and open it up. The paddocks are weird, though. I know there's a walkthrough for this. I might check that, just to make sure I'm not missing something. Because the guy did say, go talk to my sons at the paddocks. But I did not see any sons at the paddocks, so I want to know what that's about.
Well met.
What do you want? I have orders from the mayor. Let me through. Let me see that. Wow, these guys get wooden tower shields. Alright. That's it. Just welcome to Braxford. Population 142. Not a lot, but a decent amount for this size town, and I think overinflated amount, but I guess there could be farmland around it a little bit. Okay, well, I think I'm going to end this one here. This is weird so far. It's bizarre to play. People act kind of funny. I talk a little funny. But, you know, we'll see where it goes. It's pretty easy so far. It might get a little trickier, but I don't think it gets super difficult. I have heard, however, that it has very, very good writing. Now, I gotta be honest. Some people don't like it, but I thought Sword Flight's writing was top-notch. Up until the last chapter, where it's still pretty good, but it really gets into the weeds because it puts you on unnecessary fetch quests for an over 30th level character. But if this one sort of gets out of its own way, right now, it seems a little too snarky for its own good. It feels a little like it hasn't earned that, and like you want to get your characters invested. And right now, I'm not. I'm just in this for an adventure. So we'll see where it leads from here. If it does get a lot more investing later, that'd be awesome. It seems pretty liberal with its items and its gold and its experience. It's just handing stuff out. So we'll see. Again, it might get more difficult later on. Might not. But we'll find out in the next one, because that is all for this one. If you haven't yet, please check the link in the description for my book. If you like the look of it, give it a read. And if you like the read, give it a positive review. Otherwise, thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one.